What's up guys, Dylan with the Wash Nerds, and in today's video we're going to cover all things Alucobond. So we'll talk about what Alucobond actually is. We'll cover our exact process for cleaning it, including the chemical that we use and the exact dilution ratios. So hopefully by the end of this video this will kind of take the fear out of cleaning Alucobond for the first time and give you the confidence you need to go bid those jobs. So let's start off by answering the simple question, what is Alucobond? So Alucobond is a common building material and is typically manufactured in square panels, and those panels are used to make up the exterior of a building. So Alucobond gets its name from aluminum and composite, Aluco, and it's just a couple super thin layers of aluminum sheeting stacked on top of a fire retardant backing. And you'll most commonly see this in like car dealerships, banks, etc. So at some point you guys will probably end up quoting a building with Alucobond material. That's why it's important to understand how to properly clean it. During this video, we'll take a look at two different jobs that we did. So we'll start off with the Mercedes-Benz one that we did most recently, and then also show you a clip from the Audi dealership that we serviced. So we've done a handful of these dealerships at this point, and we've learned some tips and tricks along the way. So hopefully we can share those with you in this video. Just for some context, we got called to the Mercedes dealership mainly to clean up after a ton of birds in the area. So as you can see by the ground, it's literally covered. Went ahead and took care of the flat work first. And then this is the product that we used. It's called Purple Magic by Pro Tool, and we order ours through J. Racenstein. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix up 2 gallons of the product to 2 gallons of water in the bucket. And there's the cladding that's absolutely covered in bird crap. So that was what we wanted to take care of mainly. So as you can see, once I get my mixture all set up in the downstream bucket, I'm just going to start soaping the entire area just like you would a house. So this product's not magic. It's not just going to melt the bird crap off. Especially in this case, this stuff had been sitting pretty much all winter. So I'm just really trying to get a nice even coat to start loosening all that up. And then we'll come through with a brush in a minute. And we're actually going to be using 2 different kinds of brushes today. So we have a softer bristle brush, and I'm just trying to get kind of coverage across all the paneling, as well as get off all the lighter streaks. And then Zach, who's on the right, is using a Waterfed pull brush, and that's got some stiffer boar's hair brush on it. So that'll be a lot better for getting off some of those harder stains. And as you can see, we're just working our way down the paneling. So normally, if this wasn't completely covered or just had like grease stains on it, you know, that's what you would normally do with just a soft bristle brush. You don't have to use the boar's hair or something more aggressive on it. But in this case, these stains and bird crap were really on there, so we had to scrub pretty hard. But as you can see, we're just kind of working everything in and trying to work as much of that off as we can before we go back to re-soap. So this is also kind of like a house wash in the fact that you don't really want to let things dry. If you do let things dry, this product will spot up, and it'll also dry hard on the surface. So you'll end up with really bad streaking, which obviously we don't want. So as you can see, I'm just reapplying a nice coat to everything. And I actually did switch to the 0 degree tip to try to blast some of the harder stuck on bird crap off. But you can see Zach's going to continue to work. But guys, that's pretty much it. You just apply your soap and your solution to the surface, and then you brush any areas that you need to. So any areas with organic growth or stuck on remnants from bird crap, and then you just follow that up with the rinsing. So main thing to look out for on rinsing is depending on what type of paneling you have. So in this video, we're cleaning kind of a more glossy silver finish paneling. It's not going to streak pretty much no matter what we do. Even if we did mess this up, it really wouldn't streak. But where you really run into trouble is with black paneling. So black paneling will streak a ton because that cleaning solution gets stuck in between the cracks. So when you go to rinse, your cleaning solution will kind of trickle out, and it'll cause massive streaks on the black paneling. So I would not clean black paneling unless you have a Waterfed pull. And honestly, for cleaning black paneling, we don't really like to use the J. Racenstein Purple Magic product because it can just lead to a whole bunch of issues. So for those sections, we pretty much just go Waterfed pull only if we can. and then just make sure we rinse everything really well with that 0 to 10 TDS water, so that way we don't get any streaks. So as you can see, we're just going to continue to scrub and keep everything wet until we kind of are happy with everything. Then we'll come back through with the final water rinse. As you can probably tell, we're getting close to wrapping up the section, so I am just getting the last fine details with the Waterfed pull brush, and then Zach flipped the injector to bypass, so he's just spraying pure water now and then starting to rinse the whole section. So just to recap, guys, our process from start to finish is mix Pro Tool Purple Magic into a bucket for downstreaming at a ratio of 50-50 with normal water, and then downstream that onto the surface. So once it's sitting on the surface, you can brush as necessary. Keep the whole area wet so that way it doesn't dry into streaks. And from there, you'll just do a full rinse down of the area. If you have nice silver paneling or light colored paneling that's not going to streak as bad, you can just get away with rinsing with normal water. If you have black or dark colored paneling, including some of the navy blues, then it's probably a good idea to go ahead and use an RODI system in pure water to just get all of the product off the surface, so that way you're not left with any streaks. Then here's the final product. As you can see, the area is free from all the bird crap and has no streaking. So just to show you guys what the black Alucobond looks like and how big of a paint it can be, this is the Alucobond before we touched it. So this is just, what's there naturally from rain. You can see a bunch of streaks, and this is obviously a little bit more matte finish, so it's going to be harder to get streak free. Last but not least, I made you guys this little graphic, so that way hopefully you don't have to try to do all the math and calculus that we did out in the field to try to come up with the ratios that we're actually getting out of our downstream injector. So just to make it simple, if you mix this stuff at a 1-to-1 ratio, or in this case 2 gallons of Purple Magic to 2 gallons of water in your downstream bucket, that is going to be roughly 1 to 20 ratio coming out of your wand, which is on the stronger end of the spectrum per the manufacturer recommendation. And then if you have 2 gallons of Purple Magic to 3 gallons of water in your bucket, then that's going to be roughly a 1 in 30 ratio, which is on the weaker end of the spectrum. So if you guys are just trying to get coverage and do some general cleaning, I would say 1 to 30 is probably fine. That's actually what we used on the Audi dealership, which I'll roll as we're kind of wrapping up this video, and that works perfect for most cases. If you're going to be cleaning stuff that's heavier, like we did in this video with a bunch of bird crap, then maybe the 1 to 20 is a better option. As promised, here's the clip from the Audi dealership. So this is a lot more typical of what you'll see, just that black streaking underneath lettering or, overhangs. So we just applied the chemical, hit it with the soft bristle brush, and then a rag around the lettering where we couldn't reach. And that's pretty much it. You're good to go. Just rinse and you're done. So anyways, hope you guys learned something in this video. And if you did, consider liking and subscribing because it would help us out. Thanks for watching.